Whilst everyone is busy designing the next trend and fashion must-have, who is designing for our planet's future? The fashion industry is the second highest polluter after oil. Let me ask you a question. Who are you wearing? What do you know about this brand and how they manufacture? Are they another fast fashion company looking to make a dollar? Or perhaps they are reducing their water usage, recycling fabrics, making higher quality pieces that last? The answer is you don't know, because when you shop, the only factor that influences your buying decision is price. But at what cost?
Sustainable fashion is a subset of the slow fashion movement which has emerged over several decades and is synonymous with eco, green, and ethical fashion. Sustainable fashion evolved in the 1960s when the detrimental impact clothing manufacturing imposed on the environment became known to consumers. A request for the fashion industry to modify its methods was later declared. Sustainable or ethical fashion embodies designing, sourcing, and manufacturing clothes in a manner that optimizes the advantages of the fashion industry and society whilst reducing hazardous environmental consequences. Whilst eco-fashion was originally viewed unfavourably, perceptions altered with the emergence of anti-fur campaigns in the 1980s and 1990s. Fair labour conditions, a sustainable business strategy, organic and ecologically friendly materials, certifications and traceability are all linked with ethical fashion. The fashion industry has been under scrutiny as a significant actor in the global environment and societal concerns. We all have a part to play, and there is a responsibility to all to think about how you buy a product, how you make the product, and how you dispose of the product. The phrase fast fashion has become prevalent in discourses concerning fashion, sustainability, and environmental awareness. Fast fashion embodies cheaply made and priced clothing that imitates the newest trends. Such products get quickly moved through retailers to capitalize on current fads. In contrast, sustainability embodies development that meets the needs of the present without compromising those of the future, and in turn is the central paradigm of the United Nations. As stated previously, fashion is currently the second biggest polluter after oil. As such, various detrimental environmental impacts come with the nature of fast fashion. The leading ecological issues include water consumption, microplastics, and energy. With the depletion of non-renewable resources, the generation of greenhouse gases, and the enormous consumption of water and energy, the fashion industry imposes a great concern on our environment. The fashion sector is the second greatest consumer of water, requiring around 2,650 litres for a cotton shirt and 7,570 litres for a pair of pants. Additionally, roughly 35% of microplastics present in our oceans are due to the laundering of synthetic fabrics like polyester, which take hundreds of years to biodegrade. Lastly, manufacturing plastic fibres into textiles is a high-energy procedure using masses of petroleum whilst cultivating volatile matter and acids like hydrogen chloride.
The second most polluting industry in the world. This means we need to start shopping smarter if we wish to protect and make a positive impact on the environment. In order to make a difference in the world, we rely on everyone to play a part. Responsibility is reliant from the production of fabrics to the consumer. Sustainable fashion begins with the production of these clothes. It is important that companies use sustainable fabrics to take climate action, and here is why. Number 1. Common clothing dyes contain carcinogens. The dye in these clothes are filled with harsh chemicals. These chemicals are not only bad for the environment but also for our bodies. This can create skin rashes, headaches, breathing difficulties, seizures, and even cancer. This is why global organic textile standard dyes are a much safer alternative. Number 2, conventional cotton crops are damaging our ecosystems. Conventional cotton crops only take up 2.4% of the world. However, they use 11% of the world's pesticides and 24% of the world's insecticides. These crops also require massive inputs of water and has already been responsible for destructing large-scale ecosystems, including the Aral Sea in Central Asia. Sustainable cotton crops are a much better option for the environment. Although they do also require a great deal of water, they are not treated with toxins including pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides. Overall, they protect farmers, workers, consumers, and the ecosystems. The availability of sustainable fashion will allow for sustainable cities and communities, as people will purchase items that last or share pre-owned clothes, eliminating fast fashion. This also requires the consumer to refurbish, mend, and resell clothes that they have. The maintenance of the clothes also plays a large role, as 90% of the energy used goes towards heating water for washing machines and drying clothes. Washing clothes in cold water and air drying clothes are great alternatives to better our environment. Changes are the ultimate strategy to prevent climate change. They overall decrease the amount of carbon footprint, fossil fuels, and pollution.
Welcome to Sustainary. Sustainary is here to help navigate the design of our future society. Our mission? To generate a movement that changes the way you shop. A movement that revolutionises the fashion industry, influencing brands to change their approach. Sustainary is here to partner with brands that have already taken an environmentally conscious approach as well. For example, popular brand Nobody Denim believes that sustainable business is good business. Their approach to fashion includes manufacturing locally, providing a safe working environment that includes fair work wages, minimizing water usage, and sourcing materials that avoid the use of harsh chemicals. Wouldn't you want to buy from a company that embodies these values? A brand that you can trust is doing the right thing by its workers, the environment, and you?
I'm sure you've heard of the Health Star rating system, which was initiated in Australia and New Zealand in 2014 to help combat obesity. As the campaign was successful in creating a behaviour change in 60% of people who saw the campaign, we wanted to implement a similar system, which would entail having our brand's seal of approval on other brands' clothing tags that meet our sustainability requirements. This will make searching for textiles that are sustainably produced in-store much easier for the environmentally conscious consumer.
Our website is a resource for customers to conduct research and learn about sustainable and non-sustainable brands. Anyone utilising the website will be connected to blog posts, videos, and how-to guides on a range of topics, including do-it-yourself sustainable fashion, how to care for your sustainable garment, spotlights on small businesses which make slow fashion, as well as progress updates on brands that are making the move towards being sustainable. Our app is an easy and compact tool similar to our website with bonus features to convenience our consumers. Our bonus feature includes our quick and easy shopping tool. Within our app, we have a curation of items from various brands that have been deemed sustainable. Our app functions as a database where consumers can browse online whilst knowing that their choices are environmentally sustainable. When the consumer has found the item they wish to purchase, a simple click will direct them straight to the brand's website where they can finalise their purchase.
Our Instagram page is targeted at environmentally conscious millennials and Gen Z individuals and aims to draw attention to the issues within the fast fashion industry and guide people towards a solution in the form of sustainable fashion. El Tantwe and Weyes are insistent that social media is crucial to a modern-day social movement as it assists to accelerate recruitment, mobilize the movement, communicate on a global scale, and disseminate information. And we agree, hence why we have chosen to use the platform as our primary resource to recruit and communicate with our audience. We will use targeted Instagram stories and posts as our primary form of advertising. The campaign will focus on drawing on consumers' emotions. We will do this by merely showing the damning effects fast fashion has on not only the environment, but the factory workers who are being forced to work for less than 4% of the retail price of the garments they are making.
Our overall goal is to encourage consumers to have better consumption habits in order to increase their awareness and engagement with sustainable fashion. Examples such as wanting consumers to purchase clothing that is made with natural or biodegradable material is one example. We are encouraging consumers to choose better quality clothing in sustainable fashion stores and clean their clothes with care so they can keep wearing them for a long time. The goal is to let consumers frequently ask questions about material and labor before buying. Being an informed consumer is about being part of something bigger. We want all consumers to be able to access the information and knowledge they want about sustainable fashion from environmental, social, and ethical perspectives, then demand better and look for alternatives. Sustainability will mean different things to different companies in the fashion industry. Nevertheless, leading companies must practice and encourage others to follow sustainability and embed this concept into the main objectives of the business. We want big brands around the world to be more responsible for sustainable fashion, as they have a global reach and the financial capability to research and develop greener alternatives. Ethical and sustainable fashion will eventually become a norm to be practiced by everyone in the fashion industry. By creating content and conversations about sustainable fashion, we can generate more interest in the topic and help reduce the ecological and social footprint of the fashion industry.